So what up, Boob Nation, Boob Gang, Boob Affiliates, Boob Squid Odd, Space Cadets, D's Nuts, various fan names that I've come up with for my various branches. So here's what happened. I was taking a nap on the night of March 16th. It was a Saturday. All of a sudden, my son runs in and says, "Dad, there's water coming from the ceiling." As it turns out, the vacant unit above us was mismanaged and all mismaintenance. They weren't keeping up with our maintenance, and the water heater exploded. Water heater exploded, um, flooded my unit, uh, damaged a bunch of my stuff, and we had to move. The problem is, right now in Phoenix, the economy is rough, and the job market is worse. Um, and then the housing, Hachi Machi, man, where a lot of people that are fleeing California come just straight to Arizona, and they leave their houses that are worth two and a half as much times as much as the ones in Arizona for the size. So they easily outbid Arizonans, which boosts the cost of homes for Arizonans and makes homes that were already hard to get virtually impossible to get. So that excuse me, that also affects the renting market. The rental market was rough, so I was trying to find places to live over and over and over and over. Oh, yeah, I was going to talk to you while I edit this, so I may as well get to editing this. Um, don't know why it's yes, here we go. Um, I'm editing Sprite because I'm trying to make a video game. Anyway, um, see, this is why I didn't want to start doing that at the same time. Uh, I could show you here. I have a problem. Watch, I'll show you what's going on. It's a directional sprite problem. So one, I changed this sprite. This is not what he's going to look like. He's going to look like this. But then, for some reason, going this way, he's very far away. Don't know what that's about. It's odd. And then I have not made the sprite going up, the updated sprite. So I have the one for the right. I could reverse it for the left. I don't. Well, I have the one for the left, and I don't have the one for the right. So that's the issue. Okay, maybe I copied the wrong one earlier. Anyway, so it was difficult for me to find an apartment. I had to leave work or early a few times, which did not help my job. I'm yeah, that, yeah. Um, so I kept looking for places. They weren't calling me back. Um, I'd go to places, they wouldn't get back to me. It was taking a long time. It got to be about 2.5 weeks, and then I suddenly got a notice in the mail saying that I was being taken to court. Not court due to eviction due to non-payment, eviction due to not vacating. They wanted me out so they could repair their unit. I get that, but you gotta like know that it's not. I just can't jump and find a place to live. So I'm scrambling trying to find a place to live. Um, there's a big old hole in like in the roof and stuff. It's just like it's not really a place to be living in, but there's nowhere for me to go. I don't have family that lives here. My family lives 200 miles away, and my son goes to school. I just can't yank him out of school because it floods and go live in Tucson. I can't do that. So I was told that if I could find a place to live and evidence and stuff that I have, all my move-in stuff done in time, I wouldn't have to go to court. I did that, and I was able to get that the same day as court. And they just said as long as it's before court. I get there, court, the judge is like, "What? I don't know about this. You had an arrangement? Well, then why are you here?" I was like, "I don't know. They told me that they told you." I gave the notice, and they said they were going to say something. So there's that. Finally got out, got some money. My laptop needed to be replaced. Um, thank Jesus, I was able to get my data recovered. That took a long time. It took about a month or two for me to get my check for my insurance, which wasn't a lot. Um, and I still haven't gotten my insurance for the move itself. Um, that's my fault. I'm dragging my feet on that. Let's see. About a month and a half ago, I went to a lazy river in Phoenix. It's called Salt River. Um, we got sucked into a current on the side of the river very quickly and shot out right into a branch and capsized, and we both almost drowned. Um, and my water shoes came off, so I didn't have shoes once we got out of the water and everything got situated. Phone got messed up, had to get new glasses. Yeah, even though we had protective containers, water holders, it's stuff we didn't. I guess we didn't fold them right, or they got dislodged when everything got messed up. The thing is, the water wasn't that was very shallow, but the rocks were very smooth and the current was very fast, so it was difficult to get a grip. It was a lot of slipping and falling, and could have easily smashed our faces. My friend bashed her back pretty bad. Um, but yeah, I didn't have water shoes, so once I got up there, I was just sizzling on the Arizona asphalt, 120 degrees or more, I'm sure it was. Burned my feet really bad. Um, and then about a week later, um, I had an issue with my coolant. I had opened it several times in similar situations um, after letting it cool on its own rather than just waiting hours and hours. This time, my mistake was opening it when it was probably about 10 degrees hotter outside, and it exploded on me and burned all down my arm. Um, and I waited and I washed it off. And my arm, it was bad, but it could have been a lot worse. I didn't realize until I was headed home that it had gotten on my sandals. And due to my diabetes, my feet aren't super sensitive. So I couldn't feel it. And my feet started bubbling up on the top. So now the bottom of my feet from that river were burned. And now the top, especially my right foot, was burned. Um, I ended up having to go to like emergency wound care for that. Um, and yeah, that was pretty rough. But a little bit after that, I went to sleep and I woke up and Petey died. He was gone. Um, he fell asleep right next to me. He was 21 years old. I'm 42. I had him literally have my life. Um, my first word was dog. I got my first pet when I was 10 days old. Great Dane Saint Bernard. I mentioned him before. His name was Justice. I'm accustomed to being around animals, and right now I don't have any pets. Um, I had Petey before my son was born, like 6 years before my son was born. My son is now just experiencing for the first time what it's like for me not to have a pet at my house. Um, so that's really heavy. Um, there's a lot of stuff that my family's dealing with, and I'm trying to be strong about. It's complicated being the strong one when you need to take care of yourself and you need to be a father. Um, because my son's my number one priority, and if I'm not well, I can't give him what he needs as a father. Um, so it for a month I did not have a laptop, and then even after I had one, I didn't have access to my data, so I was very reluctant to even touch anything. Um, because it's like, yeah, sure, you have a laptop, that's great, but you can't make beats because you don't have all your setup. You can't edit video, which I still don't have all my stuff set up to edit video. Um, I'm still trying to get my stuff. I have my data though, but it was frustrating having a computer but not having much to do. Like I still haven't drawn anything yet. I have my drawing tablet. I still haven't unpacked because I'm a very slow person to unpack. It's just part of it I want to say is because I'm an overthinker. Part of it I want to say is because I'm procrastinating. Part of it I want to say like I want to know where stuff is supposed to go because I don't want to have to move it again. I don't know. I think I'm just procrastinating. I don't want to chalk it up to something else. I'll just eat this one. I'll own up. I think it's me. Um, I got an opportunity to possibly submit music to a rapper. This guy Mexican OT has a platinum album named. I'm sorry, platinum song is Johnny Dang. Um, he's a Mexican MC out of Texas. I only say Mexican MC because I'm from Tucson. I know a lot of Mexican culture. I grew up in it. I grew up in Norteño being played next to me. I grew up listening to Selena on the radio. Um, I grew up going to quinceañeras. I never went to a quinceañero. That and birthday parties, big birthday parties. Um, I consider myself to have three families. Two of them are non-blood. One of them is Mexican. Um, yeah. Um, so my opportunity is to submit to somebody, essentially a gatekeeper, who chooses whether or not he thinks that the beats are good enough, and then they're submitting a folder with beats. So there's that. Um, Warner Brother. I started writing a couple of scripts. I wrote a script for Why Worry. Um, I started making this game this morning. You want to see my code? Do, 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 do. Object. Yeah, like I just started this today. Um, so I'm trying to be busy. Unfortunately, uh, about a month ago, I submitted my time off request for some upcoming appointments, and about an hour later, my job's like, we're gonna move on. Um, yeah, it seems pretty cut and dry that that's some sort of violation. Um, but I don't have a lawyer, and I can't find a pro bono wrongful termination lawyer, so I can't do anything. I don't know how to represent myself. That's part of stuff that like it's when people talk about there's class differences. Yeah, there's that. I'm gonna change his hat. It's weird. I mean, I guess this one is weird too. I'll show you what he looks like up close. Down. So this is what the original animation was. Kind of wasn't always like a bird creature. First, it was like a froggish creature. This is a very goofy walking cycle, but I don't know. This one is far more, I'd say, marketable. Look at this look at that hat flapping his, like, got a little feather in the thing, feather in his cap. um, I've also been playing a lot of Major League Baseball 2005 on the Nintendo GameCube. I was planning on talking about this while I do that, but a lot of my stuff got misplaced in the move. I know where I put things. Other people that were helping me move, thank you, put things in places where I would never put them, and they're just something as simple as a audio video splitter. I just I'm just gonna have to buy a new one, and I didn't buy one today. I meant to buy one and I didn't, so I'm sorry. I'll do another video, and we'll definitely do that. Um, but in the meantime, I guess I'm gonna get back to this duck. I'm gonna get back to trying to make this game. Got to make money somehow. Got to provide. I'm not gonna give up. Like I've said before, try not to get too high in the highs. Try not to get too low in the lows. But don't dwell on either for too long because they're both fleeting. All right, y'all. Really appreciate you. Thank you very much again for the 600 views, 600 plus views. I'm sorry, 600 plus subs. I apologize. Even bigger than that. Thank you very much. Um, Maybe in the next video I'll be able to show you. Uh, I'll be able to do more than this. Uh, I'll show you where I'm at. So I have that. Oh, you're stuck in the wall. Oh, that's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. Um, there you go. Shouldn't get stuck in the wall. There you go. You're not stuck in the wall. Get up here. Uh-oh. Stuck again. Ah, fun times. Not really fun times. Don't want to have to deal with bugs. Bugs are no bueno. Bugs are no bueno. Anyway, take care, y'all. Peace.